Welcome back to McClenahan Life Guidance. Thanks for tuning in. So I actually have two channeled songs now. There was just one, but the one that's playing right now, I'm trying to think of what it's called. Can't deny, but I've gotta let it go. We Found Love. There we go. That was probably so horrible. I really had to think there, so I was not paying attention. And singing from the diaphragm is harder than one would expect, at least to do it intentionally. So the other song I had was Rolling in the Deep by Adele. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You had my heart inside your hand, and you played it to the beat. So, and it's not a love reading, well, depending on your situation. Sorry, I moved my thing, so gotta get myself in the frame. It's the Karmics that are realizing they could have had it all, or maybe, they're not even realizing it, but just for your knowledge, they could have had it all. They could have, not even necessarily been by your side, but they could have the prosperity you have and that you're going to have, the abundance that you have and that you're going to have. But they chose to be Karmics, unfortunately. Or rather, the choices they made led them into being the Karmics in your life. Now, whether they realize it or not, that's something Spirit wants you to know and to have gratitude for everything you have. And for your path and the path you're on, because taking a look at the Karmics in your life, they could have had what you have, and they could have been about to have what you're about to have, or have if you've gotten your abundance finally, although I feel like y'all are just like me, and I have a video that I'm gonna do about this after. Actually, I might post this one after. We'll see. But anyways, Spirit wants you to know that, they had the same opportunities to succeed the way that you are succeeding. And okay, that's why, because maybe some of you were feeling a little bit guilty about leaving some people behind, or a situation where you had to step out of your comfort zone to stand in your power. Okay, so first off, I'm seeing, I don't even know what that card says, but it's a black and a white cat, and I just take that as balance. So bottom of the deck, I don't know why I always do that. I start on one of the first card I see on the ground, and then I go to the general energy of the reading, the bottom of the deck. But it's rigid upside down, and if you see, it actually looks kind of like a bit, almost, the lighting isn't right, I can already tell, but from the lighting that I have right now, it looks like the dawning of a new morning. So things aren't so tense, aren't so rigid. Things are relaxing, and so that's the general energy of the reading. So this is the card differences. That is the card that I was talking about. I see that as balance. Balance, yin yang, it definitely has a relation to energy balance for this, though. What else do we have? We have listening, cycles, and High Priestess of Earth upside down. There's 4 High Priestess cards in this deck, one for each element, or maybe 5. I think there's one for spirit as well. It's the House of Night Tarot, so that's just based on the storyline of that novel series. Great novel series. If y'all are watching online tarot, you're probably into that. Okay, so listening, cycles, grounded. Okay. You have been listening to spirit. You've been doing what you're being called to do. You're following instruction well. And cycles. So it's the changing of cycles. Mercury. Yeah, that is a thing. Mercury retrograde. I'm good with words. I don't stumble over words like that very often. But Mercury retrograde just started. There's something about Saturn just went into something, and I don't know astrology very well, but there is a lot of change. Oh, and I need to double check. It's probably right now, but there is an eclipse. I can't remember if it's lunar or solar, but I think it's a lunar eclipse, and I know it's on the other side of the world. But between that and the shadow of the oncoming Mercury retrograde, that I'm sure a lot of y'all have been feeling it. I've seen my phone going off a lot, but I had to take a step back because it hit me like a wall of bricks. I was sleeping like 11, 12 hour, full night sleeps through the night all week and last weekend. And I would still sleep for 4 to 8 hours in the middle of the day somehow. And it's only the last 2 nights, particularly last night, that I started waking up bad in the middle of the night. And that's where all of this, there we go. That's why I went into all that, because I wasn't sure where this was leading quite yet either until now. With all of this astrological energy, the shifts going on, that affects you, whether you believe it or not, or whether you know about it or not. Like, it really affects you. I now can tell when it's a full moon, either coming up to a full moon or it's the day of the full moon, based on my body. Because, I'm a Cancer, so there's that. But I'm starting to notice how, and this is another part of what Spirit wants you to know, how much all the other planetary bodies can affect us. Sorry, that took me a minute to find the right words. And in that, where I'm going with it, is that these karmics are probably going to try to test you one more time. Karmics, take it how your situation goes. But you're going to be vulnerable because of all the astrological crap going on. You're going to have trouble staying grounded. And that's gonna be something you really, really, really need to focus on. So that's something Spirit really wants you to know. These karmics are gonna come at you, but in defending yourself, don't feel guilty, because they could have had what you have. Now, Spirit, do you have any final messages and affirmation for the collective? I'm running out of time if I want to get this on TikTok. Got less than 20 seconds. Okay. Spirit says, stay connected, invest in yourself, and you'll have the luxury that you are wanting.